Thanks for watching the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk women's field hockey. Misericordia University Cougars coach Fedor Stahovic joining us here on the show. How's it going, Robin?
I'm doing well, John. How are you?
Very good. Tell us about this year's team. You're closing out the season this coming week, 4-2 in your division. Tell us about how things look for the rest of this week, and is there a playoff possibility?
Well, tomorrow we play Wilkes at 7 o'clock at Wilkes University, and they are a conference game, so it's our last conference game of the season. Yes, playoffs are definitely in the picture for us. We need to seal the deal tomorrow just to secure our own fate. And as I've been telling the girls all week and all season, you control your own destiny. So we play Wilkes tomorrow at 7, and then we finish up with a non-conference game against Albright on Thursday, which is good because leading into playoffs, which wouldn't occur until next Wednesday, it gives us another game and a little bit more of an edge going into that playoff situation.
Robin, tell us about the team that you have as far as the talent this year. I know you have a Crestwood graduate that's playing some pretty good field hockey for you.
We do. Lindsay Hischak, and she's doing a phenomenal job for us. Lindsay's one of those kids who works hard all the time and is not about scoring the goals. Believe me, she's skilled and talented and can score the goals, but she can give an assist as fast as she can score a goal, which is phenomenal. That's one phenomenal thing about her. In regard to our team in general, we're still very young, John, which is very promising for a coach. That's always exciting. We have 10 sophomores who were freshmen last year. And those sophomores are the core unit here. We've got 4 upperclassmen who are juniors and only 2 seniors. So as you can see, our team is very young, and they've learned a lot. There were times last year when we would start 8 freshmen, and they took their bumps and bruises last year. We played 6 top 20 nationally ranked teams in Division III field hockey, and we carried over 5 of those teams into our season this year, which is good because if you want to get better and you want to play that caliber, those are the things you need to do. So as freshmen, that team last year really took some bumps and bruises. We were in some games, 1-0 losses or 1-1 at overtime, and we lost in overtime. So it was difficult for them to get through last year, but then reaping the benefits this year of working hard. Now, don't get me wrong. We've still had some bumps and bruises along the way and had some losses that weren't necessarily good losses. But that team is definitely becoming much more seasoned. They're figuring it out. They're learning how to play together. And again, with them being so young, there's just much more for them to achieve together as a team and to gel in the next year or two.
We're talking Misericordia women's field hockey here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Robin, you talked about that schedule, talked about all these top 20 teams. And again, this year you mentioned that you're playing a lot of these teams once again. And hopefully by next year with this group, like you said, being young, getting hopefully some playoff experience here, you're going to reap some rewards and this team could make a little bit of a dent.
That's what we're hoping for. That's truly what we're hoping for. You can't get better when you're playing teams that you're going to beat up on all the time. And no coach wants to lose. But when you're losing against good quality teams and you're learning something and you can take something away from every single game, and that helps to make you as a better player and a better team, then that's all you can hope for from a coach's perspective. And my coaching staff is phenomenal. They've really helped and supported me in making those decisions because it is hard to take those losses and have a lot of losses on your schedule. But when you're losing to good caliber teams and you're learning, I think it's good. And again, for the girls last year, it was difficult. They struggled. They struggled mentally. We learned how to get mentally tough and how to push through those things and how to persevere. And I think that only helped us now going into those games. We had a little bit more confidence. We've worked really hard in the off season with our strength and conditioning coaches, and we've learned that you've got to take that next step. It's what you do when nobody's looking that is going to make you that much better. And again, we've picked that up from some of those higher quality caliber teams that we've played. It's, as I said, it's when no one else is looking. Are you out there touching the ball? Are you putting some shots on cage? Are you working out in the weight room? And those are the things that this team has. They have that will and that drive, and they want to work hard when no one is watching. So I think that's one good thing that hopefully will continue to carry over with next year's freshman class and the next year after that. Once you start to change the atmosphere and the overall tone, I think you're going to start to see a lot of good outcomes in the future years for us.
And the positives you have at Misericordia University has got to be the energy that you have out there. I mean, that football program put a good shot in the arm to the whole athletic community, but you get a guy like Dave Martin as the athletic director. Just a lot of positive coaches out there, so many great influences, and I know you've been out there for some time, and I'm sure you've seen the change over the years, and every year, every class seems to get just a little bit better out there at Misericordia University.
That's true. We do have a phenomenal staff and a phenomenal leadership with Dave Martin and Chuck Edkins. We've got Mark Stauffer, who took his team, the women's soccer team, to the finals in San Antonio for women's soccer. All the teams are working hard to compete, and when you have that, all the other teams want to get better. When they see one team being successful, it's the driving force to want everyone to be better and to be successful. So they're using each other as fuel and motivation. And what's one phenomenal thing about Misericordia is all the athletes support each other. No team thinks that they're better than anyone else. They're out there supporting each other at the football games, at the hockey games, at the soccer games, at the basketball games, at the baseball and softball games. Everyone is there together, and I think that's a great camaraderie to have across the board with our athletes at Misericordia. It's not one team is better than the other. Everyone is out there supporting each other, from the athletes to the coaches themselves. And I truly think that that's what makes a difference at Misericordia, and that's what sets us aside from other institutions. And a lot of that comes down from our leadership.
Well, your spirit definitely comes through, Robin. Rooting on not only the young ladies on your field hockey team, but the entire sports programs out there at Misericordia University. Yeah, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of this week, finishing out the regular season, and of course, hopefully next week during the playoffs. Robin Fedor Stahovic, Misericordia women's field hockey coach. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, John, and thanks for all your support of athletics in Northeast PA. We really appreciate it.